How do you think people can take that idea of something that I want, something that I want to do, and something that I want to strive towards, and turn that into like a practical, tangible, like put that into practice? A lot of times I think almost everyone can agree, hey, like getting that FANG internship is something that I want. Like I want it more than anything. But when it comes to actually putting in the hours and grinding for it, that part can get a little more complicated.
100%. Yeah. I mean, and that's the funny thing, right? Like I yesterday I said like the only 2 steps you need to get an internship are get the interview and pass the interview. And that really holds true for grinding out that stuff. I hate the word grinding because it kind of sounds like you're rubbing something down until you finally get to this like final layer where you pass the interview. But in some ways, like I want to reframe it in like you have a very finite level of steps you need to do before you're able to pass it. But between you and like $200,000, $100,000 is a subset of studyable, actionable items, right? So putting that to action, like I told people, doing leak code, and I know people hate leak code, the idea of it. And, I tell people how many leak code questions I do. I've done like 580. You don't have to do like 580. You can do 100, you could do 200, That's still a lot, but it's much more reasonable and actionable than like 600. Between you and that offer is this finite, set of values, and if you do these, you suddenly have cleared a path for your, financial future. I kind of sound like I'm scamming you by saying that, but I'm telling you, it really is just these questions are the things between. I will say, like, obviously there are opportunities out there that are, behavioral. If you're not interested in doing technical interviews, like, there are opportunities out there where you don't have to. And so if that's the thing that's stopping you, then, maybe you can find something there. But for, like, the FANG and for those offers and stuff, those are the, putting that to action is the main step to getting the interview or getting, like, the offer. I am obviously in the lucky percentage who enjoy leak code, possibly because like through practicing it, like I eventually grew to like it, because I guess the statement could be said that when you get good at something, you enjoy it. You could think about that as like exercising. Like at the beginning of exercising, people probably hate it. The act of running is tiring and you feel gross from sweating and all that. But by like the 5th week, by the 10th week of doing it consistently, it's become a habit. It suddenly becomes something that you enjoy doing, right? Not saying like you have to work out and do leak code at the same time. If you're a CS major, maybe that's too much. But it's the same idea. It's ingraining your understanding that I can get good at this, and by getting good at this, I'll enjoy it. And it kind of becomes a self-repeating cycle of being able to reach that final goal of getting that internship or getting that full-time offer.
100%. Yeah. I think we'll call it with one last question. This is the question I've been asking everyone at the end. So, as someone who's so integral to the CS community, I want to get back to just that advice. There's a lot of students who feel like they have to put in so much effort and do all these things. Maybe they don't know where they're going. What is the number one piece of advice that these students need that you think will help them get to maybe the place where you're at, or an even better place than you, and help them succeed as CS students?
Yeah. I think, and I mean, at least for me, and this is like, I kind of have 2 things that I think about when it comes to this. Number one, and this is going to be kind of a cop-out answer, is it's about luck. And I say that only because I want everyone to know that there's at least some portion of luck at play when life happens, at least for applications and stuff. It's about your resume coming into the application pool at the right time to the right person. at least in my experience and my personal feelings. And I only say that just to be like, aware that there is some element of randomness to it, so there's no guaranteed one answer. But if there was one thing that I think would really make every CS major a better CS major, is what I said at the beginning, and I'll reiterate this again because it's such a strong point to me. It's that if you are wanting to do well and enjoy what you're doing, you have to love it. And I think you can't, I kind of talked about this on the project side. You can't build a project excitedly if you don't like what you're building. You can't enjoy software engineering or being a computer science major if you don't like the computer science, if you don't like the coding part, if you don't like the problem solving. These are all things I think that go hand in hand. So be excited about learning new things. Be excited about applying these skills that you're learning, whether that's through projects or classwork. I mean, classwork is kind of hard to be sometimes excited about, but be excited about the opportunities you have. All of these things are going to make your life, better. You're going to be excited about your job and your future prospects. At least for me, what's helped me most when it comes to interviewing and putting in applications and looking at these jobs is thinking about how this is going to help other people in my life, how this is going to help my family. Because I can use this money to support my mom. I can use this money to help my sister with college, my stepbrother with college. These are all things that I think about that really drive me, but those are extrinsic things, but it should be intrinsic as well. It should be things that you enjoy, and I think that can really make a difference in how you approach computer science and the amount of effort you need to put in to get internships.